There was a time, not that long ago, when about every other word you heard in a corporate setting was agile. If you haven't heard the word agile, with a capital A, congratulations! You have probably been doing something actually valuable. The thing is that words mean things, but whenever something becomes a buzzword, the original meaning starts to diminish and soon nothing means anything anymore. So let's rewind back. Let's have a retrospective to discover what agile was always supposed to mean. Are we all now agile, or is the whole concept outdated? Because words mean things, let's forget for a minute everything we know about business, products, software development and whatnot, and remind ourselves what the word agile means in our everyday lives. Besides organizations, the word agile can also be used to describe people, humans. So let's pick a human as our example. This looks fine. How does an agile human look and behave on the move? For example, when trail running. Our human moves quickly and swiftly between the trees and doesn't stumble on all the rocks and roots on his path. Even if he stumbles a bit, he regains his balance without falling. Just like an agile organization, he knows where he's heading and has a rough understanding how to get to his destination, even if he doesn't know all the details of the path in advance. He's observing and replanning his route constantly. If the trail suddenly ends in a gorge, he doesn't fall to his death, but pivots and takes a different path. So this is exactly how an agile organization is supposed to be, how an agile organization is supposed to look and function. Being agile simply means you can perform under uncertainty and readjust as things change. But what makes an organization agile? Well, let's think about what makes a human agile. Our trail running human, just like an organization, consists of many different kinds of parts. He's got all kinds of limbs, bones, joints and muscles. He has optical, acoustic and haptic sensors that provide data, constant feedback that his nervous system can process and relay. He's got a will, a destination, and an idea how to get there. All of his parts are aligned, interconnected and synchronized. If his right leg had a different idea where to go than his left leg, he wouldn't be that agile, would he? Regardless of how strong and nimble his legs are, he would be falling down if also his arms and spine wouldn't help keep the balance. Without eyes and a brain, he would just run into trees. A single limb or organ cannot be agile. Or well, maybe it can be, but so what? Your left leg cannot run any faster than your right leg. Also, an organization can have hyper-agile teams or units that are useless if they are not aligned, interconnected and synchronized with the rest of the system. Organizational or business agility is exactly the same as human agility. The word agile is an adjective. It is an analog quality of a human or an organization. Everybody is more or less agile. If you are less agile, one could say you are clumsy. But saying that I'm now agile is like saying that I'm now strong. Like, how strong? In what sense? Couldn't I be stronger? Agile is not a noun or verb. It isn't something that you can do or buy. It isn't an exercise or an activity, nor is it a solution you can implement. But it can be the objective of things you buy or do. So, how to increase agility agileness, agility? So how can you become more agile? Let's get back to our human friend. How can he become more fit, more agile, and a better trail runner? Well, by restructuring his body, building new neural connections in his brain and muscles, and improving the energy efficiency of muscle cells, of course. Changing the ratio of muscle and fat tissue might also come in handy, but let's avoid that conversation for now. But how? How can he get in a better shape? Well, by exercising. He can do some actual trail running or go to the gym. There are all kinds of attractive gym memberships and personal trainer services that promises all kinds of results. So our human friend buys a membership, a workout plan, and some sessions with a nutritionist. Does he become more fit? Not if he doesn't actually work out or practice some actual trail running. None of the service providers can do it for him. I'm not saying that external help, frameworks, or tools are pointless, but they all too often become the main objective, even though they don't have any intrinsic value, and soon nobody remembers what agile means and what we tried to achieve. Just like buying a membership to the gym does not automatically make you fit, implementing a framework or buying a training to your staff does not make you any more agile. You need to work out. You need to restructure yourself. You need to do some actual trail running. So this is what agile was always supposed to mean. Nothing less, nothing more. In an enterprise setting, the word agile is not in such a fashion that it used to be. Does it mean that the pursuit for agility is somehow less relevant today? Or does it mean that all our organizations have reached some magical level of perfect agility? Well, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be sure that the external pressure for organizations to be able to change direction fast, respond to changing market dynamics, and just generally create right stuff fast has gone anywhere. Just think about what the world has thrown at us in the last decade or so. I would assume that being slow and clumsy would be just bad business. But hey, I'm just a weird voice on the internet. What do I know? Being agile does not necessarily require talking about agility. Small companies, startups, and even many recently founded big companies tend to be quite agile and not talk about it. Talking about agile used to be a thing that old, fat, and clumsy organizations did in their strategy papers. Talking about stuff rarely changes the reality, but neither does not talking about it. The word may have lost meaning, but the need hasn't. But what do you think? Is agile in your company really agile? Let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to share this video to your misinformed boss, curious colleagues, or whoever you think is struggling with getting the point of agility. This channel is about learning to dodge the trees others keep hitting. If you'd like to see what comes next, consider subscribing to this channel. Best regards, bad business.